Good morning, once again. Mr. Thabo Maupa again here. As I promised yesterday that I'm going to start now doing the modules for grade E, which is the entry level. That grade E is the first grade, like grade 1 or standard 1, where somebody knows nothing and you are now starting to explore the nitty-gritty of the dynamics of the security industry. Right. In grade E, what I'm going to do is we subdivide the modules because it's 13 modules, 11 theoretical and 2 practical modules. Right, where you do discipline, those things where you salute and so on. And then self-defense, where you'll be using button stick, that is in an unarmed combat. Alright, so let me start with module 1, grade E. That is the beginning of security. At module 1, they want you to know things like how to bathe yourself systematically, how to look after yourself on a daily basis, and how do you cope with your health and fitness in terms of the performance of your duties. Right. So it's titled that's personal hygiene and general appearance. That is module 1, grade E, which is the beginning module before you start doing anything about security. These are the things that you must know, and they expect you to grasp it because you are expected to observe these things on a daily basis as you continue with your security duties and functions. Right. Personal hygiene and general appearance, which is module 1. Let me begin with the objectives of this module. On completion of this module, the student must know the importance and relevance of personal hygiene. How important is it? How relevant is it on a day-to-day basis? Number 2, you must know how to keep your uniform clean and smart, boots polished, etc., and to realize the importance to yourself or to himself, the security officer in this company, of bearing a smart image at all times. You must know the importance to yourself or himself or herself, right? And your company or in his or her company, right? The importance and relevance of personal hygiene in the workplace, right? So always when you go on duty, you must know the importance to yourself and your company of personal hygiene at all times whilst on duty. Right. Personal hygiene itself includes the basic rules that a person should adhere to in order to keep fit and healthy. That is what we are talking about. That's personal hygiene. Let's look now at the basic rules, because they say the security officer must know how to keep fit and healthy. Therefore, the security officer must adhere to the basic rules for personal hygiene and general appearance. Here are the basic rules now. Right. Number 1, personal cleanliness. Meaning absolute cleanliness for ourselves, free from unhealthy surroundings, keeping yourself free from dirt, and we eliminate germs which causes disease. That is number 1, basic rule. Basic rule number 2, the skin. They're now talking about your body, right? Wash your body daily using a towel, water, and soap to get rid of certain impurities in the perspiration. Because the nature of our work usually is long hours. You cannot do it without taking a bath. This is what they're trying to emphasize here. All right. Number 3, the hands. The COVID style. If you were there during COVID-19, you know what I'm talking about. The hands should be washed before and after meals or before handling food. Several diseases can be caused by infecting food with dirty hands. For example, typhoid, corona, cholera, diarrhea. They are all caused by infecting food with dirty hands. The hands must be washed regularly, especially before and after meals and before handling food. That is number 4, the hands. Anyway, number 3, number 4, we go to the nails, fingernails. Even mine, they are long as they are. I must go and trim again today, so that when I go to class, I cannot tell my students to keep their nails short and clean, while mine are long and dirty. You must always lead by example. So the nails should be kept short and clean. Millions of germs can be carried in the dirty nails under the fingernails, which can cause diseases. Dirty nails also is a sign of improper personal hygiene. Have you ever seen somebody with dirty nails which is black inside through touching a lot of stuff? Right? That is what we call, it's a sign of improper personal hygiene. Right. Number 5, care of feet. Because security, most of the time they are standing. If you go to retail entities, security stand on the door the whole day. Unless he's on lunch, that's when he can maybe sit down and eat. After that, he stands up and go check the receipts. That is the process. So when you take off your boots, because they issue us boots, not fashionable shoes, and then take off your socks. You can use lukewarm water, wash your feet to refresh them from the fatigue of the day. And at the same time, wash your socks, because socks in the security industry don't wear it 2 days, because we are using boots. It's gonna stink. Right. Feet must be kept clean by frequent washing and care of socks, which I was talking about, that you must wash your socks on a daily basis. You can't do 2 shifts with one pair of socks, because there will be odor, actually. Right. What happens is dust and dirt penetrates boots and socks to settle on feet. Constant washing, that's why it's desirable to keep on washing it like on a daily basis after work. Then we go to number 6, the socks. Thick woolen socks are recommended if you have them, right? After walking long or working for 12 hours, thick woolen socks are recommended, right? Number 7, care of teeth. Right. Daily cleaning is the best. Twice a day is recommended to keep teeth healthy. So I myself, what I was doing when I was in the security industry, I take my bath in the morning before going on duty, right? I brush my teeth, right, in the morning. When I come off duty, I wash my body again and I brush my teeth. That's how I used to balance it. Right. So teeth, daily cleaning is the best. Twice a day is recommended to keep teeth healthy. Right, then we come to the head now, your head. Even my hair is a big for the security industry as it is. Because that's why usually most of these people, you see them, they want a bald head. Especially the men. So as to keep the hair short and neat. Right. Then clothing now, we're coming to your clothing or the uniform that they issue you at the security entity where you are working. Wear clean and iron clothes every day. Germs love dirty clothes. Also, you'll be avoiding germs and as well as to create a good image of yourself. Always, if you are in smart uniform, then you create a good image of yourself as well as the company that you represent. Then number 10 is fresh air. Fresh air, all these guard rooms or guard houses that we see, they've got windows. Always ensure that one window is open, even if it's winter. Why? Because the brain and the body also need ventilation. You understand? So you must always ensure good ventilation is available in your surroundings. It is good for health. And the other thing in the security industry, some security officers used to do that. They close all windows, right? Put on the heater, right? Or there are some improvised heaters from some elements, I don't know, we call it MacGyver here in South Africa. Then they sit right near it, all the windows and doors are closed, then automatically he sleeps. And sleeping on duty is a forgivable offense. It's dismissal. That is the security industry for you. So ensure that good ventilation is available in your surroundings. It is good for health. Right. Then we come to food and care of food. Absolute cleanliness is essential, right? And required in preparing, cooking, and serving of food to avoid diseases and illnesses. Like, to summarize it, always eat healthy food, because we cannot afford to have you now having diarrhea while you are supposed to be on your post or on your guard duty. Then it means we have to look for a reliever to come and relieve you because we were eating unhealthy food. So always eat a healthy diet, and then you must prepare your food, cook it and serve it healthily in order to avoid diseases and illnesses. All right, number 12, mind and habits. Your mind must be focused on what you came to do there. And your habits must be in such a way that anybody who sees you on your post performing your duties, they will be impressed. It creates a favorable image of yourself as well as the company that you represent also. Right, so a clear mind and clean thoughts are essential always, and good habits as well. Right, number 13, we check smoking. Although a common habit, right, but it is harmful to the smoker. We know it affects lungs, but we smoke anyway. As well as those around the environment. This is secondary smoking. When you are smoking other people, you are affecting them. And number 14, spitting. A lot of people like to do it on the street. And I just look at them, I wonder, what is this? Jeez. They are so used to it, but in security, don't do it while you're on duty. Because why? You can be taken for a hearing for that. It's a poor impression. Right? So spitting is always a bad habit, which can spread diseases also, such as tuberculosis, that is TB. Corona also was spread by spitting and coughing and stuff like that. Right. Number 15, exercise. Exercise is very important for a healthy lifestyle. I think we all know people are subscribing to the gyms and just to keep healthy. Understand? So it's very important for a healthy lifestyle. In this case now, security officers, we are not saying go to the gym because it will cost a lot of money on a monthly basis. Take a walk. It can be 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, come back. Right? That is also exercise in its own way. Right? That's 15. Number 16, rest, which means rest enough. I've seen security officers I was working with, especially the young gang, this young generation. They knock off at 6. It was payday, or it's end of the month. They just been paid. They take the jacket of the company and put it upside down and put it on, or if it's cold, if it's warm, then they take it off completely. Most of them like to carry the backpacks, school bags, put it in the school bag and try to hide as far as possible the name of the company to be reflected on anything that he's wearing. Then they go straight to a joint, a tavern or a bar and start drinking. They didn't reach home. They were on the way home, but now the liquor influence now took the front row. Say, no, go and drink, man. You reach home late. Then they'll come out of the club or the tavern at 2 a.m. 6 o'clock, they expect you to be on duty. You didn't rest. And in any case, some of the places now, especially these days, most of the places they've got breathalyzer because people have made alcohol or drinking alcohol a habit of a daily basis. You understand? So rest, it is very important. You reach home, you sit, you can take your phone, go on WhatsApp, whatever. Take off your boots and socks, wash your feet, wash your socks, go on WhatsApp, go on social media, resting before you even take that bath. That is the one you do after work. Rest, it is necessary to rest after a long day's work. The body needs to recuperate, which means your body needs to revive itself, so that tomorrow it will be ready for the duties and functions that are there. Understand? Right. And then sleep. Recommended 8 hours of sleep as a security officer. 8 hours of sleep. That is, if you want to make it in this industry, you must be resting 8 hours. Every day you come from duty, you come and rest maybe 2 hours. In the meantime, supper, bathing, everything. Then you must make sure if you sleep, you're gonna wake up at 4 a.m. in order to prepare for your 6 o'clock shift. You must make sure 8 hours is there in between. That is the normal or standard sleeping time that is required if you want to cope with security services. Alright. Then we come to shaving. I'm sure you can see me, I'm well shaven, because I cannot teach somebody to shave while I'm not shaving. It's like I'm telling them to do what I don't do. You understand? It doesn't sound. So shave every day, especially for the men. Because the men are the ones with beards, most of them. Although if few women got also because of hereditary issues and genes and stuff. But mostly the men are recommended to shave on a daily basis. Only a small, nice mustache, just like the police and the army. We follow the same rules. You can leave a small, nicely cut mustache and be clean. I don't think you've seen security officers with beards. There are some I've seen, I don't know which security is that, but there are some I see they got beards, especially the fashionable ones. Right. And then 19, polish your boots and shoes daily. That's why you see most of the security officers, even they give you those boots, they try to give it a shine, you know. That's a standard of security practice. You must be smartly dressed. We're going to do that when we come to basic public relations, where we talk about the good impression. You must be smartly dressed. And part of being smartly dressed, except the uniform which is washed and ironed, boots must also be shined, right, on a daily basis as you go to duty. Because some of the companies, they are doing parades and they check all those things while you're on parade before they post you to a post. So you must make sure shoes or boots are polished daily when you go to duty. The number 20, the last one now, wash and iron your uniform timeously, which means all the time. That's why security companies don't give you one set of uniform. They give you 2 or 3 sets. But the standard is 3 sets because they don't want it to get dirty. Some companies like Fidelity, they actually give the security officers 4 or 5 white shirts. Those are white. It's a challenge there to maintain it. If you are somebody who has got poor personal hygiene, white shirt doesn't work for you. But you have to wash it and iron it. They don't want to see even on that white shirt there is a gray lining here which shows that you've been wearing it 2 days. They don't want that. They want to maintain a professional attitude. That is all about Module 1, Grade E, which is titled Personal Hygiene in General Appearance. All those basic rules, you are supposed to maintain them, to adhere to them, to focus on them every day of your life in the security industry. Well, that will create a good impression, a good image for yourself as well as for the company that you represent, meaning the company that you work for. Right. Now we come to the questioning on the progress test 1, because now I'm going to do 4 modules today and give you the progress test. Those are the progress tests. Like now, this is for day 1, it's a Monday. We start with personal hygiene and general appearance. The questioning that is there on progress test 1 under personal hygiene and general appearance, it simply says, list 5 rules for personal hygiene and general appearance. You don't have to explain. What you will simply do, you list only like what is needed there. Like number 1, personal cleanliness, 2, the skin, 3, the hands, 4, the nails, 5, care of feet, 6, socks, 7, care of teeth, 8, the head, 9, clothing, 10, fresh air, 11, food and care of food, 12, mind and habits, 13, smoking, 14, spitting, 15, exercise, 16, rest, 17, sleep, 18, what we have, shaving, 19, polish your boots and shoes, 20, wash and iron your uniform. You just list those, you don't explain what happens. In the final, that's when you are going to list and explain only 5. So this one says list 10 basic rules for personal hygiene, personal cleanliness, the head, the feet, the skin, care of teeth, care of feet, the nails, clothing. You just list only 10 out of the 20 for 20 marks. That is out of 100%, because each module squares up to 100%. Pass mark 60%. That's how it works. Thank you very much for watching my video. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment. I'm open to all of that. I'm gonna come and do module 2 today again. Then after that, I give you the guide, the questions that guide, which are supposed to guide you what to expect. And then from there, I do module 3 and then module 4. Then I'm done. Then I give the progress test. Then tomorrow I'm gonna start doing module 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. Thank you very much for watching my videos. God bless you. See you in the next one.